Hello, I'm Harold Ritter from Southern California, here in Michigan to meet Dr. Schmidt today. Saw him on YouTube about 2 years ago, and one of the things that impressed me was he has a lot of equipment that seems to be not standard in other doctors' offices, and I felt that it would be good testing that could be preventative and alert us to some situations. And I like the proactive approach instead of reactive approach to healthcare. And I'm excited to meet him and excited to go through the test and see what the results are.
Okay, so have you ever tested for ketones in your body, urine or blood stick?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's your ideal weight?
To me, 165-ish,
And you're at what now?
195-ish.
Okay. Let's type that in once it comes up. Okay.
But that's down 20 pounds.
Okay, good. And then, so you said you took standard process 10 or 15 years ago, but you haven't been on it for quite a while?
Yeah, we recently restarted, like within the year. Just certain ones I remembered that, and ones you recommended, like was it citrus? Saruda, thank you.
Okay.
Tough word.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that one because you mentioned, because primarily we're concerned with heart, and wanted to make sure heart health was emphasized. So. But food-wise, we eat very healthy. I mean, Kashi cooks fresh, and we buy organic produce.
Okay. So
grass-fed meat.
When did you get married?
2013, 10/29.
2013?
Yeah.
And you said career change? So that was a high stress thing?
Yeah, because we were working as missionaries overseas, international.
Yeah.
And came back to live here, get our paperwork, and so the last 5 years I've been in IT, which is very stressful.
You're on Lisinopril. Have you had other like cardiology appointments or diagnoses or surgeries or heart attack or anything like that?
Yeah, I had a blockage in 2015, and they put stents in. So there's 2 stents, and it was life-saving.
2015?
2015, yeah.
Okay.
In April, I think, right? June, sorry.
So what made you go in to get that surgery? Did you have a symptom, or
yeah,
they just found it?
A long time ago, I read that if you ever feel like someone's squeezing your arm, that that meant you were having a heart attack or something. So get to the hospital. So it just started squeezing so hard, and I was like, well, what is this? And so I went to the ER, and they saw some of the hormones were indicating that there was a cardiac event. So they took us to the hospital, and thank God, the St. Francis Tulsa, they have an awesome unit for, doing those endioplasts, and they just did it so quickly.
So your blood pressure here today 158 over 97. What was the highest it ever went up to?
Way high, 190, I think.
Okay, so when you went to the hospital, you felt the squeezing here in the left bicep? Is that where it was?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So when was it that your diet improved?
When she came?
2013?
No, more 15.
2015?
15,
Okay.
16s.
All right. So how often do you get the swelling in your legs?
How often?
Yeah.
Almost daily, because I sit and work a lot now.
Do you work from home?
Yeah.
Do you have a stand-up desk?
No.
So your fatigue's like a 2 out of 10. It's not bad. Like 10 is bad.
Right.
0 is no fatigue. So you're saying it's a 2 out of 10 on your sheet here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So hold your left arm out like this. Maybe come over here. Here we go. Match me. That's good. So when I push down 10 pounds, you just push up 10 pounds. Okay, take your right hand and go like this. Good, match me. Alright, then flip that around. Good. So that's weak. See how that's weak?
Mm.
So that was practice. Now you know what it feels like. Have you had that done before? Okay.
is one area, I don't know that I put it on there, but like mental sharpness, I always felt a little dull. Cause, I don't know, cause with IT you have to remember a lot and, you know, remember what real technical stuff you did.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's the worst profession for the brain.
Yeah.
Like, it's so taxing on the brain.
So I was like, why am I like a little, like I found myself, and sometimes she's always like, you don't remember this? And I'm like, oh, sorry, tell me again. Oh yeah, now I remember it. So,
Right.
so,
It's like, you think of like the cerebellum as like the battery, right? And this is really a loose analogy, but it runs out of power. So then people get dizzy. So there's one product, you didn't test for it, it's called RNA. So this supplement is food for the brain. I mean, I'll check you on it later too, but I've been on this 7 times since 1998. And during this COVID lockdown, I was super stressed out. And there were times when, and I just used my brain a lot. There were times when I'm standing at this hutch, I have to hold on because I'm getting dizzy. I feel my body going this way, so I'm holding on. So then, you know, somebody did the muscle testing on me and found that I needed RNA, and I was like, oh, I'm so thankful for this because I love it. It always works. And and also too, my 3-dimensional perception was missing. So I would walk into a dark room and I couldn't tell where the chairs and tables were, you know, like 3D. That was all fixed in one day by taking this RNA supplement. But you're gonna have good results probably pretty quickly with the Super EFF. You test for, I'm gonna have you take 3 at lunch. And now this other product here is called Cataplex B Core. And did you see the video where I talked about the king of all supplements, Cataplex B?
yes.
Right, and in that video I said that it's the original formula from 1934. Well, it's not.
It's not. This is.
Yeah, I just found out a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
It was not the original formula. They just came out with this like last
pull
week.
those videos down.
Yeah, so I made a video last night. I haven't released it yet, but I'm gonna talk about this being the original formula.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 3 at lunch, just like the Super EFF.
I don't think I ever take 3 of any, you know, all of the supplements I take, I only usually take 1. I never take multiple.
Of what? Any of them or standard process?
Some of the standard process ones.
Okay.
But I think Ceruta, you just take 1. So.
Well, I mean, I've had people take 20.
Really?
Depending, right. Now, you didn't test for Ceruta either.
Okay.
And that's just now. I mean, I'm gonna check you
Is
out.
that because I've been taking it daily?
It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, throughout this week, I'll test you multiple times on the same supplements. I'm just like triple checking everything.
This morning we didn't take any, just thinking, let the blood pressure be normal or, you know, natural. And so we didn't take anything. So should we maintain that throughout the week? So just so you have like an unaltered specimen, you know? So,
Yeah, that's a good idea. So that's prostate. So we have zinc and Simplex M, which has male hormone support.
Alright.
Yeah, so this is called CVO, cardiovascular oil. So the most important nutrient for the heart is called cholesterol sulfate. So when you take this, one nutrient is cholesterol something, another nutrient is glucosamine sulfate, I think. So in the body, those things combine, you get cholesterol sulfate. So this has been fantastic for people with chest pain. Like I had a guy once, he was very overweight, 300 some pounds. He had a heart attack. They put a stent in the front, but there was a one in the back that they couldn't get to. And I put him on this, and his chest pain he had daily chest pain. It was gone within a month.
Wow.
Taking this.
Super.
So it feeds the heart and makes the heart real happy. So I'm kind of loading you up on the dosing. When we're done at the end of this week, it'll be a lower dose per day
Okay.
than what I have here. So as you do this diet, the glucose goes down, the ketones go up. If they cross, that's the score is 1. And so when people are, if they have cancer, they should get below 1. But for pre-diabetes, losing weight, healthy heart, athletes, they need to be between 1 and 9.
So glucose, and so this will be the reading from the glucose stick and the...
Right, exactly.
So that calcification test, is that, how do you get that?
You gotta contact your MD. And it's actually really inexpensive. They usually don't like to run it because it's so cheap. It's like here, it's like $100. So where you live, it might be $200 or $300. It's an MRI, or I'm sorry, it's a CT scan. Yeah, it's like 10 minutes. They lay down and they go in and out like 3 times. And you're practicing breathing. And then they do the last one, they scan. That's it. And so they're looking at all the soft tissue here, and they can really very precisely measure calcium deposits in your arteries and your heart. Then they give you a score. So the best score is 0. Anything over 100 is bad. Anything over 400 is really bad. But let's say your score comes back like 2,000. As long as it stays at 2,000 year after year after year, that's a stable plaque. So it's not moving, it's gonna be fine. If it starts to increase like over 15% per year, then it's not stable, it's growing. And that's a problem. So the calcification, if you have any, can be caused by sugar, which changes the chemistry right here, or infection. And so the theory is nanobacteria.
Hi, this is Harold Ritter, and this is day 3 of our visit to Ann Arbor. First of all, it's a beautiful city. Good time of year, September to come. It's very green, and the leaves even changed noticeably during the last 3-4 days that we've been here. As far as the visit to the clinic, we've enjoyed meeting all the staff. They're all outstanding and amazing people. A lot of them have testimonies of their own healings. And we appreciate the diligence of Dr. Darren to help identify different symptoms that are showing up through the tests and to suggest different nutritional solutions to those ailments or weaknesses, so I'm happy with our progress. We've got a pile of supplements to go home with, and we're excited to see the benefit or the results of those, but already just taking some this week since I came, there's a noticeable difference. So the potency is exceptional, and we really think that we're on the right path. So we're excited and trust that there'll be some great results, and highly recommend the price. So I have a question about watches, if you have a minute.
Sure.
So I have a watch that just got, it's brand new. It's radio controlled, I think it's Citizen World Time, and it does solar, like you as long as it gets light, it charges. Professionally, would you wear a watch that has that much, magnetic and things going on?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Radio controlled, meaning it's always being updated with
Right.
the time.
Right,
Yeah,
it's
I wouldn't do
connected
that.
to the world signal thing. Yeah. Or is that the
And all
transfer?
all my watches have their leather bands or
Right.
not.
No metal.
I have one that's metal. The name of that brand is called Original Wood, so it's metal embedded with wood. Alright, so yesterday I found nanobacteria. I'm gonna double check that. And then I added the Orchex and Ceruta Plus. It's Orchex and Ceruta Plus. Alright. Hold your left arm straight out there. What brand is that?
Horus. O-R-I-S. Swiss.
Nice. Orchex is... Alright. Okay, your arm back a little bit more. Good, match me. any problems with any of the supplements?
No, just taking a lot of swallowing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're all good.
How do you feel now compared to Tuesday morning when I first met you? Any changes that you could tell?
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just attribute it to a good night's sleep, but you know, I feel bright-minded and alert and energetic, happy. Check.
Okay, so I said I was going to focus on the blood pressure. Yeah. And then remind me, are you taking a magnesium?
I am, and I brought it here, so whether
Good.
it's adequate or I didn't take it today though, so if you thought there was one brand better, but I've had really good results with that because I get these leg cramps and I could take that and within 30 minutes it was gone.
Okay. Yeah, I think the Nanovac TX is kind of a no-brainer to take it, just because you have the history of the stents. When they put the stents in, what percent blockage did you have?
100% and 70.
Okay. Oh, that's, I forgot to say this yesterday, but if you have stents, then you can't get the coronary artery calcium score because it'll light it up, meaning the score is going to be super high, artificially high. So it's not worth doing it. Yeah, I'm going to recommend that you do this Nanovac TX. Remember I mentioned labs yesterday?
Yes.
We talked about CAC, but then I remember this morning you can't really do the CAC because you have 2 stents.
Yes.
So the labs are they're called blood clotting factors. I mentioned them. There's 4 of them.
Yeah.
And you get your blood drawn at LabCorp. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
So it's $111. That's the price on it. So you can prepay here, and then
Just order it anywhere or have it.
no, we do it. So you just prepay us, and then we type up the requisition and we email it to you. And then once you're back at home, you just walk in the LabCorp, get your blood drawn, and then I get the results in a week or so. So the deal is, if one of those 4 tests are high, then it gives us an answer why you have plaquing in your heart, in your arteries. And if all 4 are normal, then we know it's just simply, it could be just like insulin resistance from a bad diet for a long period of time. So high insulin causing all the disease processes of Western civilization.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so there's that. That's my recommendation for testing. Yeah.
Happy to do that. So.
Okay. Now, of the 4 blood tests, one of them is fixed with methylated B vitamins, which I need to test you on right now. You've heard of methylation or B vitamins that are methylated? Have you heard that term before? So there's a genetic SNP, meaning a problem that's been identified with gene sequencing. It's called methylation, or it's a deficiency of an enzyme that the DNA doesn't make. So the solution is you just take the supplement that is the body's deficient in. That's how it's really simple, super cheap, and it's really like the cause of like 25% of all heart attacks and heart disease. The one blood test in the 4 blood clotting factors is called homocysteine. So if that's high, then we know that you have that genetic SNP. Okay, so when I say SNP, I mean SNP. It's actually a technical term. So when they did genetic sequencing of the human, genome, they found 1.5 million SNPs, and we know how to fix 2 of them. So this is one of them. So I'll test you on that. Now the other 3 blood clotting factors are primarily fixed with the ketogenic diet. So that's a important thing. Yeah, so do you have your numbers? Did you do keto mode before?
We didn't. I had to work right up until I was coming here. So
Oh, okay.
sorry about that.
Alright, that's fine. So let me grab, there's another methylated B vitamin that I want to test called homocysteine factors. What's that? You didn't test for these supplements for the genetic SNP, but I've tested now 3 times. There's these 2 products that actually would be very specific for cleaning up the arteries and helping feed the arteries,
Okay.
besides Certa Plus. And the one is Nanobactx, that's the one that's $200 per bottle, $199. And the dosage is 1 pill per 20 pounds of body weight at night, empty stomach. So you're, how much you weigh? 200. So it's 10 pills.
Or 190, whatever.
Yeah. So, and then as you lose weight, when you get to 180, then it's 9 pills before bed, empty stomach. And then these other supplements need to be taken like breakfast, lunch, and no supplements past 3 p.m.
All of them?
All of them. I'll write it up correctly on the document. Now, you've heard of IV chelation? Have you heard of that?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, for the arteries?
Yeah.
Right, so when you take that, it's what, $300 each time you do it. You do it 200, or you do it like 20 times, once a week. And the half-life on that is 15 minutes. Now, this is similar. I'm sorry. The Nanobactx is similar to the IV chelation, but probably better. And you do it every single night. It's only $200 per month. And the half-life is 12 hours instead of 15 minutes. And there's tons of research on this one product. So you take it, let's say you take it at 9 o'clock. I did a video about this. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't.
So if you go on YouTube and search my name plus Nanobactx, so they actually have under a microscope the dissolution of calcium deposits, like under a microscope, just like being swept away by the ingredient, dicalcium, something. So when you look up EDTA online, you know, that's actually it's a drug, and it's used in emergency rooms for acute exposure to lead or some heavy metal. They do the IV. So when an alternative doctor uses it for a chronic problem, they're kind of like not using it appropriately. Although I'm not going to try to stop them because it's helpful. But there's about 15 other chemicals that are similar to EDTA, and they do the same thing. And this is one of them. So it's technically a nutritional supplement. And then Dr. Gary Mizo puts together in here ascorbic acid and then a bunch of enzymes. So enzymes break up unwanted proteins and reduce inflammation. And there's other ingredients here to like feed the arteries and the heart. Okay, so that's what that's all about. All right, so let me kind of like revamp everything. Okay, so hold that. You're right, I'm come closer. All right, seems like he's pretty much on the right track with his diet. He's got to clean up the snacks and the bran muffins. And this is pretty clear cut that he had stents 5 years ago, so plaquing, and he's got to do Nanobactx. I don't know, there's nothing magical about this. It's the diet and the supplements and the poor diet for many, many years that caused this situation in the first place.
So, hi, Harold Ritter again. We just finished our 5th appointment with Dr. Schmidt, and every one of them was very enlightening and completed the selection of supplements that would be appropriate for what conditions I had. And so I'm looking forward to seeing the results over time. Months of taking these things, I'm sure is going to be very dramatic. You know, just the increased dosages that we took over the last 2 days was noticeable. And, you know, the plan is to adjust diet and, you know, really lock in on some of these concepts that Dr. Darren has shared with us and made us aware of. So the future is bright. We have to wear sunglasses, and we're very excited and very grateful to meet him and the team here.